So far, I've found a worm in each hole that I've planted, at least one, so I'm gonna take that as a good sign. Got a little wormy in there. So, usually worms are an indication of good soil. I'm hoping that's a good sign for us here. See what was grown here before. These are old corn cobs. All this used to be corn, and it stopped growing this about a year ago. Actually, about 8 months ago, I'd say. This was all harvested. All right, well, we're about halfway done with our orchard. We've got 24 trees in now. We just finished putting up our Deerbuster's fence today and putting the gate. And yeah, in total, we're gonna have about 24 fruit trees in this area. The idea is to be kind of like a permaculture thing. So we're gonna have a chicken coop over there, and the chickens are gonna have free range during the day. And we're hoping that they'll eat some of the rotten fruit over the years as the fruit falls. And then they'll also help to fertilize this area with their poop and just kind of keep it down such that we may not have to mow it all. As you can see, we're doing cardboard underneath each tree, clean cardboard with a layer of mulch on top. And that is just to keep it cool and retain moisture. So we're doing that on at the base of every tree. And then we've got 10-foot spacing. So between each tree and the post, there should be about 10 feet. These are all dwarf trees. So none of them should get too big. My one concern is that potentially these trees are gonna be too close to each other and they may not get enough sunlight. Time will tell. We did this as economically as we could, with posts every 10 feet. And so that's kind of how we have our rows. As you can see, we're lined up here. We're lined up more or less right here, and then right here. And then where I'm standing is gonna be the chicken coop in this, I guess, southwest corner. So this is north, sun comes up over there, I should say over there, and then sets over there. But yeah, the Deerbuster's fence was manageable. My wife and I did it all. Here's the gate. We did a 6-foot gate so we could fit our side-by-side with our water tender through, hopefully, although I think it's gonna be a tight fit. This is gonna be the first time trying to get that in there. And then Jess is over there planting some berries. So we've got our berry patch in our garden over there, which we are not fencing for the time being, but hopefully the deer don't decimate that area. However, we are planning on putting netting over the garden beds and potentially the berry bushes if we need to. All right, so let's try and see if we can get the side-by-side in here for the first time, and I'm hoping that we can, because otherwise I'm gonna have to figure out a little bit more of a creative watering solution. right, well, that worked pretty good. The one thing is, once we have another row of trees here, I'm gonna have to pretty much go down this side for a while, and then as those trees grow, they'll be about right here in line with that post. It's gonna be tougher to get the side-by-side in here. The long-term plan for water is still evolving, but we have a hose spigot right there on the house, which is probably 150 feet from where I'm standing. So that would be a lot of hose to pump over here, but we might want to do that. The other thing I thought about doing is trenching a line underneath the driveway down to here with a dedicated hose spigot somewhere in this area, which might be the long-term solution. However, the other thing we're thinking about is doing a water catchment system, so a rainwater capture off of a carport. We're doing a 54-foot wide by 40-foot deep carport here. It's really a 30 by 40, but we're having 12-foot lean-tos on each side, and that will catch a lot of water. You know, that's, I can't do the math right now, but a lot of square footage of roof line. So I'm thinking about putting like a rainwater system over on this side, maybe one on that side that'll feed the garden over there, and then this side that would feed the orchard. I have to figure out if I have enough fall. There is, you know, that is elevated some, but then to get a gravity feed over this way without having to do a pump would be nice. So if you guys have any ideas, I am definitely not a farmer. I am not an orchard guy yet, but I'm hoping that this project is not a complete failure and that it will work. However, for the time being, we are using a 35-gallon tank that I mounted to the back of the side-by-side. And this has been a pretty nice solution because it is very mobile. And so I just bought this on Amazon. It's water prepared. Strapped that in there. But for right now, that's working pretty good because I can take the side-by-side anywhere on the property and water all the trees we've planted. It's just not the most efficient.
Please
Well, it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I've been working outside all day. And I was telling my wife, if I could make a living doing this, I probably would. But it's such a hard way to make a living as farming. And, you know, obviously what we're doing is just hobby farming for the family. But we've got all the berry bushes planted now. We've got the garden beds behind me. Got about half the fruit trees in. And I really enjoy being out on our property. I wish I had more time to do it right now, but you just got to take the time as it comes and work in spurts as you have it. But I've been picking up rocks, so I've got about 3 wagon loads of rocks. And the reason we're doing this is that we're trying to overseed a lot of this with some grass and clover so that it's not just mud, and for some erosion control. But we've got lots of rocks here. These are about average size. Some of them are bigger, like the size of my head. Some of them are a little smaller. But you know, I don't want to hit it with my mower or my tractor when we're brush hogging. And even for the gardening, you know, rocks aren't really great for garden beds either. So we're trying to get some of those a little bit at a time. I pulled off all the straw from the lawn, and the lawn's actually looking pretty good. I'm very happy with how it's come in. We're about 2.5, no, this is the 3rd week, I guess, with our lawn. And you know, we just were using a seed mix from Menards, a Midwest blend of grasses, and it's looking pretty good. So that's what we got so far. And yeah, just trying to keep things wet as we can. But it's a beautiful day here in Indiana.